Right, guys, is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are here with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only champion spotlight. This guy is brand new to the account. He actually is brand new level 60, not brand new. We've had him forever, but we never used him, and I was like, you know what, let's build him and see what he can do. He's one of those old school heroes, kind of like War Priest, things like that, where you just have them forever and you forgot they exist, and then you're like, oh, I should probably build him. So we're gonna check him out, Relickeeper, and see we're gonna see what he can do. Let's just check him out. All right, so skills. Let's check those out first because he's very limited. So he has an attack on one enemy, and he grants an extra turn if the target is killed. Not very exciting if you're in high level areas, but exciting if you are in low level areas or if you have really good damage dealers that can kind of lower the health of enemies. Then you've got a skill which basically places a 50% increased attack buff on him and then grants an extra turn. It lasts for 4 turns, and with books, cooldown goes to 4 turns. So basically, he always has a 50% increased attack. So that's always nice, especially when you're trying to kill things. Then when he's hit by an enemy, he will place a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns. Once again, this kit does not sound that crazy. And then you look at his aura. So he increases ally attack in campaign battles by 40%. So that's a lot of attack power to increase somebody in a campaign mode, especially when you're trying to kill things fast. Now, is he going to be the one that you beat Nightmare with? I mean, maybe you could if you really wanted to build him up that hard and then bring in someone like your Carl as your secondary. That could be something you could do, and that'll also make your Carl do 40% more damage. So you could use him like that. We're going to check that out just to see how it works, but because I haven't actually done it yet. So I like kind of learning with you guys. Masteries, what we did was, since he doesn't need accuracy, we basically went down to Helm Smasher so we can break through defenses, and we did some defense stuff so he can counter and take less damage from enemies. Always good because, I mean, accuracy doesn't do him any good. He doesn't really need accuracy for anything because he doesn't have any debuffs. He's literally just, I'm going to pop attack and kill things. Like, that's it. That's what he does. All right, so we didn't get the best build on him, but it's okay. It's reasonable. I was messing around. I didn't have a lot of gear to work with him. As you can see, he's 51,000 power, which isn't too crazy when you were going straight attack, obviously. So let's look and see. Crit rate we have on the glove. I would have loved to have a crit damage glove here, but unfortunately the sets that we had didn't work, so we had to kind of make the crit damage pop up a little bit differently by using the crit damage set. We've got attack on his chest. We've got speed on his boots, obviously defense, and then just so you can kind of see some of the stuff we did, we do have attack on his ring, we have crit damage on his amulet, and we have attack on his banner. So literally just everything attack. That's all that matters with him. Just get your attack and crit rate all the way up as high as you can. So total stats, we've got 31,000 HP, obviously very low. 3,900 attack because we don't have his blessing yet. Otherwise, he'd have about 40 something, 4,400. We do have a blessing, just not the blessing that gives you attack yet when it's not that high level. Defense is 2,043. We've got speed at 187, which isn't that great. 98% crit rate, so we're just shy 2%, and we've got 201 crit damage. So that's actually not terrible. I don't hate that. Resistance 158, accuracy 166. Like I said, he's a cannon. He's a cannon, and that's it. We don't care about anything else. We just want him to kill things and hopefully not die. There you go. All right, so let's see what he does. Let's check him out. Honestly, in arena, hopefully we get a reasonable fight that I can show you exactly what we would do. Here we go. These guys look like they're probably buff. So we're going to take her out, and we are going to bring in our boy, who we don't ever use. And he is red, which is actually a reasonable situation for my arena team, because we like to have an extra red person. So we're going to do attack up. Now, this is good because we actually have him. This is the reason why I like this, is because your Carl is faster than him. So it gives me that initial hit, see? Oh, and then it kills him. Look at that. Terrible situations require terrible situations. Let's bring him back. See if we can do some stuff. All right, so we are going to remove anything that we've got going on in these guys. And we're going to freeze. We're going to freeze. I would normally kill him, but based on what we're trying to do, I don't know if I want to do that. So we'll see. You know what? We're going to have to, because I have a feeling he's not going to get his attack up. Actually, no, he gets an extra attack. All right, let's do this. And then maybe we'll get something. Here we go. Attack up with her. Even though it doesn't matter, he can do it himself. So This is his attack up, which once again, we don't need it right now because we have the attack up. So we're going to hit her and see what he does. 14K, not great, even with Helm Smasher. So these are defensive heroes. So if you're trying to set it up, it's going to be one of those one-time deal situations where you're like, oh, okay, he can, maybe kill heroes that are like right at the cusp of dying. But otherwise, you're just better off bringing someone like your Carl in, if I had to guess. All right, so that didn't work out that well. He did get his ass murdered. This is not a good team to go in. Actually, you know what? Maybe it will. Let's do this. Battle. Just because it'll be funny. Let's see if he can do it against enemies that are not built. So this is a very low tier team, all right? So we are going to we want to save the 50s. Actually, who's the one that's annoying? I don't know who's annoying. And we'll go for you. There we go. All right, let's see if he can handle himself now against level 1. So basically, if you have enemies that have low HP, he can just do this. And now this is a level 50 enemy. There you go. So level 50, he was able to kill him in one hit. So essentially, this is great for low tier content, or it's great for if you can get the enemies down low enough where he can do that. So figure if he's doing 40,000 damage to 50,000, maybe 60 with an attack up, it's conceivable that you could do that with a team. Get their HP down low enough where it would be effective. This is going to be a fight that you guys normally get. She's not going to be fast. I'm trying to think who I would bring in here. Let's see if Cleo's fast. Let's try that. I want to bring 2 AoE damage dealers in here that can get it down low so we can kind of finish them off. You know what I mean? All right, so let's just say we do attack up. We do our freeze, which is going to kill him anyway. She's going to go next, which is actually not bad. Say, so now, but unfortunately she has that skill. Now we're going to have to try and kill Death Knight, which we didn't. Say, once again, he's not doing that crazy amount of damage. We're going to use this skill just because we want to get rid of Death Knight. And then he dies. And then she comes in and kills everyone. All right. Luckily, we can revive everyone. So who cares? No one cares. You're sad. And then you're dead. So would I, choose to bring him in here? I mean, probably not. He's not going to do that much damage, which is the main problem. He needs to do more damage. So you would have to get his crit damage up to insane amounts. This is why a lot of people kind of walked away from him, which is true. He's a funny character. He's interesting at best, but I wouldn't choose to bring him into the arena unless you have like kind of like the team you just saw, where I can basically wipe out the team as much as possible. But honestly, just bringing in another enemy, another hero like, Visix or something like that would probably just do the trick. You don't need to do parlor tricks. As you saw, it was 3 times we tried, and he wasn't able to do it except for like a level 1 and a level 50. You know what I mean? So am I going to really sit there and try to set it up so that I can kill the enemies in the arena? No, I'm not. All right, so let's go into campaign where he's actually supposed to be set up. And this is where, you might use him. So we did show this on brutal mode. We'll go into where everyone farms. This is the slowest campaign farm you'll ever see. All right, yeah, we're going to take you out. And we're going to move him here. So, yeah, if you wanted to farm, is this something you could do on brutal? I mean, you could. It's not gonna hurt you, but it's gonna take a really long time. I mean, normal campaign farmer like what's his name? Visix, not Visix, Arix. You're looking at like 7 seconds. Kale, you could be looking at 10 to 15 seconds if you're like not really good at building heroes. If you don't have like the best Kale built out. But you're going to see that this is going to take like a minute unless he can kill them. If he misses, he's 71. And he's going to do his attack ups, 75,000. So he's doing pretty reasonable damage here in campaign now that you're using him for what he's supposed to be used for, which is campaign. Like that's it. That's where he's supposed to be used. Boom. And then he does that and this. So it's a 45-second campaign farm, but he doesn't lose. So yeah, you could do that. Now, is that something you want to do in Nightmare? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see what he does in Nightmare. Now, in Nightmare, you're not going to campaign farm. I mean, I don't campaign farm in Nightmare. I don't know anyone who does. This is blue, so this is actually a good spot for him. This is actually where we showed him, surprisingly enough. We had a little video we just put out randomly where he was funny. So let's just say we wanted to two-tier this. We wanted to do this twice. We're going to actually go to the final fight. So this is the final fight. Now, this is nightmare mode. All right, we're going to be going into. Actually got to switch out. There you go. Nightmare. I'm wondering why it's not. There you go. All right, 125. We're going to bring him in, but we're going to bring your Carl with him. All right, there you go. So now we've got two monsters for keeping the streets safe, and your Carl's going to have 40% more attack. So let's see how these two handle it. So now he's going to start doing a lot more damage, which is good. All right, so he's able to kill these guys in one hit. So normal nightmare, and then your Carl's going to come in and wipe him out like that because he's insanely strong now. So there you go. We got one hit. See, that's what I was talking about, the cleaning up. He's going to clean up, and then he killed that guy, and then he killed the boss in one hit. So far, it's working. So now let's keep going. Nightmare. I don't consider Carrick Castle as to be Nightmare. Like even in Nightmare, it's a joke. So now we're gonna fast forward a bit to stage 4. All right, we're gonna see if he can handle it in here. So now we take him out, we switch you here, and we put your Carl in. So now let's see if these guys can handle higher end stuff, and we'll slowly move our way down the line because now you're gonna start seeing that he's not gonna be able to kill them in one hit. Some of them he can. Oh, look at that, he's doing it. All right, so far we're in 4, and he's still doing it. And now, see, this is what I was talking about. You can have your Carl hit them. Oh, and he missed. How funny is that? He got a weak hit right at the last second. And then, oh, and even another one. And this is with, oh, he's against the wrong affinity. That's why. I'm like, he's got 98% crit rate. He shouldn't be missing. But there you go, 37. They're not going to be doing much damage. The question is, can they stay alive? And he can because he has a regen. So, yeah, he doesn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. He'll just keep healing himself back up. Your Carl would actually be the first one to die, funny enough. They're actually doing pretty good here. That's actually not bad. Look at that. So there you go. He's helping out there because he's making your Carl stronger. So you can use him to enhance your best hero. All right. So now let's fast forward again. We're in stage 4. Where are we going to have a problem is the question. I'm going to say Tilshire is going to be the next one. Let's give him a shot. Let's see how he handles himself here. And you always want to make him the leader because he is probably the strongest attack, I think, for campaign. Well, if we're just talking random heroes, and we're not talking about, like, the best legendaries. We're not talking about that, guys. So now we're going to see how he does. But this is the whole point of Relickeeper, is what we're doing right here, which is why we're going to spend more time here than we are anywhere else. Like, would I bring him into any dungeons and stuff? I don't see any reason to bring him into literally any dungeon. There's zero reason. He doesn't have a bonus that works there. This is the only thing that he's going to be technically used for outside of, maybe an arena hero. Because I have seen him in the arena, and I have died from him in the arena. I've seen really good builds on Relickeeper. So don't think that just because you saw me, kind of fumble with him there, don't think that he's not good in the arena. I'm just saying he's not a first choice, is what I'm saying. But if you've got a bunch of heroes that can do like really solid damage, yeah, he might be a great little cleanup hero. Look at that. So they're doing Nightmare. This is Nightmare, right? Just making sure. Yeah, this is Nightmare. Wow, that was... All right, so now we're going to keep moving. So we're past Tilshire. All these areas are easy. Felwyn is actually red. Let's see how he does here, because I'm curious myself for this fight. Specifically, just because... Maybe we'll do a Relickeeper and Yakar will do campaign mode. We'll do a video on that, where it's just these two doing campaign. It's basically just going to be this video. You're just going to see this video again. So this is where he might falter because there were some enemies that were green, but this is also a very tough area. Like this, these guys are rough. They do take a lot of damage, but your Carl's going to come in and clean house. This is why I said bring your Carl first. Like don't go for Yannicka. That was the mistake that I made. All right, boom, he kills one. He didn't kill the second one. So we're really just banking on your Carl doing this fight for us, but he's actually doing a lot of damage there. See, like 35, but he pulls the turn meter away. He didn't freeze him, obviously, because the boss. He's not doing terrible damage in here. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is going much better than I anticipated. All right, so there you go. I thought we were going to be dead already. All right, so now we've got... Now, I would show you the sewers just because it's, they resurrect and all that crap. Your Carl's going to freeze them all, so it doesn't really matter. It's just going to take longer. All right, so now we're going to go into this fight, which could be a little rough, We'll take these guys out. This could be a solid option, honestly, for campaign. Like, I'm not even trying right now to beat these fights. We're just kind of going in. Like, this is way easier than I remember it being when we tried doing it with, like, certain heroes. Even like Drex and like some other heroes were just like, it was so much harder to do these fights because they were just taking long. But these guys are like cleaning it. Like, they're wiping the floor with these guys. Like, we're not even struggling. Let's see what happens though, because now we're coming into the harder fights. So that could change. We haven't been getting a lot of hits. See? There you go. See, like that's what I'm talking about. Big hit. So now he's gonna heal up a little though, because he got hit. See, he's gonna keep healing. So let's see, he's gonna get his HP back. Let's see how they do here. This is a tough fight right here. This specific fight is tougher. So if we don't get that freeze off, there you go. He froze the ads. All right, so that's one dead. So they don't. That's the whole thing, is those guys getting their counter attacks and all the other crap is going to be a huge problem. Freeze and turn meter steal. So and they keep freezing the ad, so they don't even need to go to the ad. Look at that crap. Oh my God. So they just wiped the floor with that too. All right, so that's a tough one. And then where are we now? All right, so Godfrey's Crossing. Um, I would say if we're gonna do one of the bosses, we'll do this one because the other one is the same boss. It's just this guy actually has unkillable and some other weird stuff. So we can actually see this is the harder dragon. What am I doing? We are looking for my guy. Here we go. And Carl. There you go. Let's see if Carl is still number one. See, if Carl did his AoE first, it would be much better, but it doesn't really matter. As you see, they still can do stuff. He's not doing enough damage to really make that extra kill thing kind of work out right now. So yeah, you would definitely need at least a 250 to 300% crit damage to make this a lot more effective. So maybe just look for some crit damage gear and get his crit damage up as high as you can. And I think this would be somebody you could use for these fights. But we also have a lot of random stuff on his gear. Remember, we have like HPs and all this other crap. Like we didn't specifically choose gear. We were just looking to get at least a minimum requirement for the things we want him to do. So yeah, he's not built perfectly. He's built good, but he's not built anywhere near what you could make this guy do. But it looks like they're doing reasonable damage. Your Carl can steal turn meter, so we may not even see and he's got speed down, so we may not even ever see an unkillable from this boss. He might not even get a turn now that I'm looking at it, because he's going to keep getting his turn meter stolen. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see any unkillables. We're not going to see anything. Yakarl is literally the badass hero of this game, especially for this account, for like not having anyone that you can really pull. Like just having Yakarl on your team, you're going to end up beating most of the content in this game. But having Relickeeper here as your 40% increase ain't bad, because remember Yakarl's is 30. So could you just bring someone else who's better? Yes. But these two work well together, actually, surprisingly enough. All right, so Nightmare Boss is just dropping like flies here, guys. All right, let's get out of here. I forgot that the day reset. All right, so Hollowed Halls. This is a hard fight. We're gonna go in here and check them out. We'll see. We're actually seeing whether or not these two are able to handle this. Is this something that is worth doing? That's the whole point, right? Is seeing whether or not a hero is able to do the things that you need him to do. So, would I build him for this? I actually am not mad at this. Like this video is going completely the opposite direction I thought it was going to go. A lot of people were telling me, "Oh, he's garbage. He doesn't do anything." And he doesn't. He's not doing much here. But it's funny because it's like just enough. He stays alive because of his heal. He can increase his own attack, and he gives us an extra 40% attack, which is nice. This is where you're probably going to see him do less, because he might even die in this part, because these guys hit really hard. And this is part of the reason that you're having trouble in this fight, is because these guys get real tough real quick. So if you don't have heroes that can stay alive or control the fights, you're going to have an issue. Now, this right here might be a problem. All right, she was able to do it. We're good. I was about to say it might be a problem. We might have to stop the fight. All right, so now these guys do a lot of damage. He froze that dude. Let's see if the boss is going to kill him. Counterattack. All right. What is going on there? I was like, what's happening? All right. All right, it's turn meter steel. Look at this. Freeze and dead. So they did it. But once again, was he really helping that much? Look at this, 202,000. It's really just his 40% attack and getting him faster. That's it. But they're doing it. I mean, they did it. All right, let's see the final stage. I don't have faith that this is going to happen. Like we fought in this area to win this fight. We're going to do it on auto because I don't think they can survive it. This one I don't think they can survive. It's going to be one of those fights. We don't think this is going to work. Because this, if you watched the stream before, we did this with Mithrala and Yakarl, because there's a very specific way that I did it to where you can get 3-star and not get murdered. So, and it works. So far, it worked, I think, every single time now that we've done it. It's a little bit slow, the fight, because you have to sit here and, like, save all your skills at the end. So we're not going to do any of that crap. We're just going to see if they do it. Like, we're not even going to care. This is the hardest part. This is the fight that gives everyone nightmares. Get it? So yeah, we're going in hard mode here. Going hard, 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 hard. Hard, hard, hard. All right, we're done. There's no more of that. All right, let's see what they can do. Can they shake this boss's murder? I don't think they can. I have no faith here on this fight. I think he's going to be dead before we know it. All right, they didn't freeze, so he froze that guy. He's unkillable. Oh, he survived that. Oh, all right, he stole his turn meter. Killed that guy. This guy's definitely gonna get it. There's no freaking way. There is no. Are you goddamn kidding me? All right. All right. What the hell just happened? That was BS. All right. So let's just put a disclaimer here. And that was the best time, by the way. So let's put a disclaimer here. Your Carl is insane. My your Carl is insane. Okay. Um, we'll look at him now, but look at this. 298. Your Carl's the one doing the damage, but that's the whole point. I mean, we can sit here and say that Relickeeper's not doing his job, but he just did his job all the way through Nightmare. The only place I think you might see some issues here would be the fights in, I think it's stage 9 in the regular teams, but we beat the waves there too. But there's when you start doing the Valkyries, but then you have Yukaro who can freeze them all. So, eh, I'm not saying this won't work the whole time. I mean, there's going to be little fights, probably one-offs, where this team may be annoying, but this is ridiculous. Like they literally just did all of campaign in Nightmare and not only got it done, but 3-starred the crap. Look at this. We're gonna get some free stuff now because they love us. Let's get a goodie bag. There you go. So let's look at your car real quick, just because I want you guys to at least see what we're up against. See, I mean, he's almost a 70k power hero. Um, we'll look at his total stats. I mean, look at this. He's got 5200 attack. He's got crit damage. Actually, not even that crazy. 224. His crit rate's 486. His speed is 228, which is where you want what's his face to be too. So we want to get the other guy up to like 200 and something speed as well, Relickeeper. But yeah, you put him and Relickeeper together. The whole point is that Relickeeper stays alive and that he can heal himself a little bit and he can increase Yukarl's attack. So this is basically a hero that can increase his own attack in the fight because Yukarl can't do that. All right, so if you did Yukarl by himself, you're only getting a 30% increase in attack for his aura, or is it 33? What is it? I don't want to lie to you guys. Let's look. Let's look. Yeah, 33. So you're getting 7% more attack on him by having Relickeeper in there. Then you have his own increase to his own attack for 50%. So he's increasing his own attack while increasing Yukarl's attack. You see what I mean? So it's like you're getting a 7% increase on Yukarl, and you are getting your 50% increase on Relickeeper from him using his regular attack plus the 40% as being the leader. So basically Relickeeper is getting a 90% increase in attack. So yeah, that's why he's able to do the things that he's able to do. I'm not gonna lie, don't hate him. I actually like him, and the reason I built him is because I feel like he's gonna be helpful in the faction wars because he can keep self alive and he can take down a bunch of little enemies when they're at the bottom of their HP, which kind of opens up some little tactics to getting through waves a little bit easier. So we're gonna see if he can handle that, and we're also gonna see how he functions when he's got more buffs and stuff on him. Like if we bring him in with like say, I don't know, I mean, it's not the same faction, but like you could bring him in with like Archmage and give him some crit damage boosts, things like that. So there are some things I think you could do with this guy that would make him a little more functional. But if you're going to do it and you're going to bring him into anything other than campaign, which is what his main focus is, just from his campaign, because remember, this is only a campaign. That's it. You can't use this anywhere else. Um, then yeah, I mean, I don't hate him. That's all I'm saying. I like him, and this is basically he looks like some of the other rares, but like the king version. He grew up a little bit. All right, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, things you want to talk about, things you want to discuss, feel free to leave a comment below. If you guys still use this guy, man, let me know. I mean, this is we're doing crazy amounts of champion spotlights this week because I have so many heroes that I have to go back and check. I actually have to see which ones we missed because we have 90, I think 93, 94 or something like that champion spotlights, and I have 100 heroes plus now, so we need to make sure that that number matches the heroes that we have. All right, and then as always, like, share, subscribe. You help the channel grow. We do a live show every single week, and if you are interested, you can become a member for $1.99 a month, and you'll get emojis and a free video every week that has no commercials and access to all my videos as I post them. You will no longer have to wait for them to come out on the weekdays. All right, so yeah, this is Relickeeper, the campaign farming monster, apparently. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.